Hi, welcome to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, the Target Individual Experience. This video is going to be a little bit different. You guys can see here on Doc Snipes' YouTube channel. She is a clinical psychologist, a psychiatrist, and her channel is called Doc Snipes. And here, counselor toolbox, practical tools for everyone, and continuing education for clinicians. Now, I listened to her. I haven't listened to any of her new videos lately because just been busy and being targeted a lot. But whenever I'm targeted so heavily, and sometimes when I don't know how to process things, or I started to recognize certain emotions within me, and just being self-aware, right, of these things that you can, like I will constantly ask myself questions, what I'm saying? But she has a lot of helpful videos, okay, that you might even use some of her suggestions, particularly as TIs, where we are psychologically attacked every single day, whether it be through psyops outside or in the home, to the use of directed energy weapons to put things into our minds. Also, just dealing with isolation, right, and the stress of being targeted. Okay. Also, dealing with people, dealing with narcissistic people, dealing with people who are malicious and have malicious intention towards you because you are a targeted individual, and also identifying certain types of personalities. Okay. So I was watching Toria's video, and she has a young daughter. She's a fellow TI in California, and I can tell by listening to her videos that sometimes it is stressful as hell. And being a woman that she is with a young child, I can imagine the stress. Okay. And again, putting all sorts of stuff into her mind, and it's just really horrible. We used to talk. We haven't spoken in a while. Because it gets difficult for her, her being a TI and stuff like that. And I understand because I have kids too, so I wish her the best. And I always tell her, I wrote in her comment, I said, listen, I love you, my sister. You're inspiring also, and understand that these people are projecting who they are onto you. Okay. And so you got to understand that. And that's why whenever they try to do that, I always say to myself, okay, that I'm the rubber, they're the glue. Whatever they say about me bounce off of me and sticks back to them, right? The preps. Okay. So let me just go to here, and one of the videos that has really helped me. Let me see if I can find it. Has to do with codependency. Right, because what they try to do is use a TI is to put you in a situation where you are dependent on somebody else, and that person will be your handler. Okay, and they will create situations. They will mess with your finance so that you're dependent on that other individual. Okay, and that other individual, knowing that you're a TI, have been programmed to be your handler, will try to use and abuse you in any way that they see fit. Okay. Also, addressing abandonment anxiety is a very good video. As you guys see, I started looking at it and finished looking at it yet. Dopamine and the big six neurotransmitter, which I've learned in psychology. Do I remember it? Nope. Today my son was doing some math homework. Just like factoring polynomials, and just see if I can remember some of the things, and those things are easy, so that it's not like it's very hard. But when you get into some of the the heavier factor in, and when you have to find forget what it's called, but when you have to set everything to zero, you know, those things, you know, that I don't quite remember, but I do remember some of it, you know. So just to see that he's doing that, what I was doing in college, is like, wow. I'm saying, and the fact that he does it, I was just like, okay, gets the answer right and stuff. So I was like, okay, good. But anyway, also listening without defensiveness. I haven't watched this video, but I need to watch it. I gotta tell you this, because, you know, as TIs, we're always on the defensive. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of my problems, that I'm always on the defense. You know, because you haven't really, as a TI, you haven't really learned to relax. You know, because everything that comes out of a person's mouth, you know, you take it as if they're targeting you, and most times they are, because most times, you know, they're conditioned that way. Okay. And assertiveness skills and techniques, I've watched that. I watched it again, that's why it was like that. I think I watched it twice. And it shows you how to assert yourself, because as a TI, what they're trying to do is to try to put you in a shell, right? Who you are in a shell. Okay. And then they will try to shape and mold you into something that you're not. And again, that's the negative aspect of this targeting, is that they will create a negative persona. Okay. So her channel is really, really good. And, you know, also negative thoughts, addressing negative thoughts. As you guys see, I've watched some of them. Strategies for reducing anxiety. I hope Toya, she read the comments, that she does find this video, that she watch it, you know. And, you know, like I said, it's more for counselors, but if you are self-aware, you can watch the things and do some of the things. You can't treat yourself, you know what I'm saying? But she'll tell you certain things, you know. She also in her video, she'll say, well, this is not just for counselors, but this is also information that people who are suffering these things can learn from, right? So, you know, and then a big one is the impact of trauma on the brain. Okay. And so we have to find a way to help us, because what they will do, that they will take away resources from us. Like for me, trying to find a psychiatrist now to see has been very, very difficult, very hard. And it got to the point where, you know, unless I have given up hope, because what they'll do now, especially with COVID, that most, you know, the last psychiatrist I had, man, she was talking to me. I did videos with her sticking her finger up her nose, sticking her pinky finger up her nose, all that stuff. And, you know, and then for some reason, she was saying that the person who was supposed to handle her billing didn't send whatever. So no, I had to come out my pocket and pay, you know, hundreds of dollars and stuff like that. And I was like, you know, that was crazy, but this is what they do. This is what they do, you know? So yeah, but just wanted to just put this out there and give, you know, this message, because as TIs, we have to help ourselves, okay, and help each other, because, you know, we can't really trust others to do it for us, even the professionals, right? Even the professionals, they you know, remember, it's their profession, so they will do anything to protect their profession. And so you got to understand that, okay? So anyway, her name is Doc Snipes, and you know, her site is really, really good. You know, it's really, really great. And you know, I appreciate the fact that I did find this, and it has helped me. You know, like I always trying to find things that will help me deal with my targeting. Okay, because I realized that if I don't do these things, if I don't try to understand these things, you know, what it is that they're trying to do, particularly destroy you, you know, disintegration within the society, or what's the other word that I forgot? Deconstruction. Okay, that's one of the other words, is the deconstruct of who you are. Okay, and to create something that's negative within you, right? So they can demonize you. All right. And I still get stressed out. It's still stressful, man. You know, these things, the mind has no firewall. So no matter what you do to try to combat what it is that you're doing, you can't. You can't. You know, you being self-aware and having self-realization is what will help you. Okay. But even then, like whenever there's something that, like I said, I talk about times that I'm doing these hand signals to myself as I'm sitting or as I'm laying down. I'm doing these. I still do these things. Okay. Sometimes I'm doing it to combat, their control of me in my hands. So I got to do things to counter what they're doing. You understand what I'm saying? So just having to think that way and being in that headspace all the time, it's really hard. And it's not easy. But like I said, they will always try to take away their resources, take away your resources, like by medication and stuff like that. And, try to threaten you if you're going to get your medication and stuff, all the stuff. But, we have to help ourselves, and because like I said, you can't trust anybody to really help you. You can't even trust me at times. And I'm gonna tell you this for real, because sometimes I try my best to be aware of how they're using me, how they influence me to target TI. So sometimes you'll hear me say like, okay, I'm gonna do something, just look away, or you can mute the video or what have you. And I have to say those things. But then there are times that I may do something that I'm not even aware of. Okay. So this is why I say it, we have to have trust, but understand that you cannot trust anybody 100% of the time, particularly when the development and creation of these technologies to control people's mind. Okay. But understand that I'm telling you this, that I always have your best interests at heart as a TI and as a human being. Okay. I will always have your best interests at heart. I will always lend myself to, do the things that you cannot do or you don't want to do because of this program or because of the whatever fear they have you in, that I will lend myself so I can do it for you. Okay. As long as I'm not hurting nobody, as long as you don't ask me to hurt nobody like that, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But if you need someone to talk to, but like I said, it's very difficult for TIs because, I do have kids. So sometimes, us TIs, we want to call each other all the time, and sometimes that can be very tiring. And also that too, but when you're constantly calling, sometimes it is them triggering you to call or triggering me to call, because they're targeting you a certain way, So it becomes very difficult. And this is why, it's very hard for us TIs to come together and to really be to be comfortable around each other, So yeah. Okay, well, I will talk to you guys on the next video.